Let's Go Racing from Philadelphia Park, brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
Hello everyone and welcome to Philadelphia Park for what promises to be another very special edition here of Let's Go Racing as we take a look at the 129th running of the Preakness Stakes from this past weekend down at Pimlico Racecourse. Always a pleasure to welcome in my co-host from the Philadelphia Daily News, Dick Girardi. And Dick, we have to assume that pretty much everybody that's watching the show knows what happened over the weekend. That was just a phenomenal performance by our man Smarty Jones.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, Keith, you get at a sporting event where you realize as it's happening, you're at something extremely special. And you know, I was at Mark McGwire's 70th home run, and you know, I've been at the Olympics. I saw the Dream Team win, and I've been at a bunch of Final Fours. That was right up there, and maybe the highlight. I mean, that was just flat out awesome to see this horse, who we knew had greatness in him, prove it to everybody who didn't already get it exactly what he had.
Well, Dick, let's talk about some of the concerns going into the race. Of course, you have the 2-week break.
Right.
Smarty's not too used to that yet.
Right.
There were a lot of people that were moaning and whining about the wet track at Churchill.
Right.
They wanted to get Smarty on a dry track.
Right.
You had some pretty good new shooters in here.
Yep.
What was your biggest concern?
Well, my biggest concern was, would there be something I couldn't foresee?
Right.
As I told you, I didn't think he was just going to win.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to win by a lot because I thought his Derby performance was so incredible. The fact that he's in between horses early, he's stuck down on the inside, you know, and he makes this incredible 3 different runs, I thought, in the race,
right,
and still has something left for the finish, that if he got clear sailing all the way in the Preakness, he was just going to kill the field. And that's exactly what happened. I can't tell you I knew it was going to be quite that much.
Right.
But it didn't shock me. I mean, I think we've gotten a sense of how good this horse is. And interestingly, Keith, the only other time he ever ran with 2 weeks
right,
was the second race of his career here in the Pennsylvania Nursery,
yep,
and he won by 15.
Right.
So he'd actually done the 2 weeks before,
right,
albeit against slightly better competition this
right,
time, but it just doesn't matter. Nothing matters. He just shows up and he wins.
Yes, he not only shows up and wins, but he just continues to
Yeah.
dazzle us every single time. Well, Dick, let's go to the call of what turns out to be one of the great performances that we have ever seen, not only here at Philadelphia Park, but really pretty much anywhere. Here's the call of the 129th Preakness Stakes.
Post time for the Preakness, and they're off. Lionheart and Smarty Jones, but Smarty Jones is ahead of Lionheart in the opening 16th of a mile. Imperialism is in third. Rock Hard 10 came away in good order, followed by Song of the Sword. Sir Shackleton cannot run with Lionheart, who has now taken the lead from Smarty Jones. Then we go back to Eddington. Toward the tail is Borrego and Water Cannon, second last position, and Little Math Man is the trailer. Lionheart and Mike Smith, they are off the rail and about the 4-path around that first turn. Leading the way, Smarty Jones is tracking at the 7/8 mark in second. Clearly taking second now from Song of the Sword. Imperialism is kept close by Kent Desormo. Sir Shackleton in between horses. Jerry Bailey has Eddington about 5 lengths off that lead. A length and a half break. Borrego's racing down to the inside. Rock Hard 10 is off the inside as expected. He's about 7 lengths from the front, followed by Water Cannon second last, and Little Math Man trailing the field, and they're strung out by 11 lengths. 23-3 the opening quarter, the half 47 1/5 of a second. A very reasonable pace. Lionheart and Mike Smith nursing along. Here is Smarty Jones running right there the second spot with a half mile left to go. Song of the Sword is coming under pressure, followed by Sir Shackleton, and Smarty Jones takes that invitation on the inside of Lionheart at the 3/8 pole. Lionheart leads the way. Smarty Jones can pass on left at the 5/16 marker, and now Rock Hard 10 is third, Imperialism in fourth. Sir Shackleton, Eddington is next, and Borrego, and the stage is set at the quarter pole, and Smarty Jones has taken over and comes roaring into the Pimlico home stretch and opens up 3 lengths. Lionheart second, Rock Hard 10 is third. Imperialism is toiling in fourth with a furlong to go. The Pimlico home stretch belongs to Smarty Jones. Will the Triple Crown belong to Smarty Jones? There they are. Stuart Elliott, the jockey. Smarty Jones, he's perfect, a picture of perfection, and he dominates to win by 10.
Well, Dick Girardi, that was flat out awesome. Smarty Jones just obliterates the Preakness field, winning by 11.5 lengths. The final time was 1:55 and 2, $3.40 as the heavy 3-5 favorite. Number 7, Rock Hard 10 was second. The 9-horse Eddington finished third. And Dick, the first thing I'd like to talk about are the post-race comments from some of these other jockeys. We're talking Jerry Bailey, we're talking Gary Stevens, we're talking Mike Smith. These guys have ridden the very best horses in the very best races for many years, and their comments about Smarty are just off the board.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Stevens used the S word with Smarty. That would be the Secretariat word, because, you know, Gary was on Rock Hard 10 at the 3/16 bowl. He thinks he's got a shot.
Yeah.
His horse is rolling. He's got everything going. He's coming up the inside. You see Smarty a couple lengths ahead of him, and his horse finishes pretty good.
Yeah.
And Smarty just runs away from him like he's not even there. So, yeah, you hear guys like this say it. You know, it's one thing for us to say it, and, you know, we all have opinions, but these are the guys that are on their backs. When they're telling you that stuff, you need to listen.
That's what I mean. And Dick, I got to give you some major kudos here. You not only stuck your neck out saying he'd win, you'd say he won by a lot, and he most certainly did.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine any horse in this race giving him anything after what I saw in Kentucky. I mean, that was the last convincing I needed. I mean, I liked him in that race, but I can't say I knew he was going to win like he did in Kentucky. But when I saw that, that's all I needed.
And the other thing, Dick, I thought they were moaning about the wet track. They wanted to get Smarty on a dry track. Well, they just got him on a dry track.
They didn't want him on a dry track, as I told you, because I thought he'd get even a better hold of it and just crush the field, and that's what happened.
And what did the buyer came back?
118, Keith, which is a number 3-year-olds in mid-May do not do. It just tells you the depth of the ability this horse has. And, you know, I'm not even sure that we've seen all the best of it yet. And I'm not sure what that is, but I can't wait.
Well, an amazing story just got even more amazing. Our congratulations to Team Service and their victory in the 129th running of the Preakness Stakes. We have lots more Preakness coverage to get to. A special sit-down with Stu Elliott. That's next on Let's Go Racing.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stables.
He's a winner. He's a champion. He's an icon. He's a legend. And now he's back in Pennsylvania. Smarty Jones, Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness Stakes winner, standing at Equistar in Annville, Pennsylvania. The quintessential Pennsylvania bred has returned. Smarty Jones is back home. Please call Rodney Eckenrode or visit EquistarTrainingAndBreeding.com.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Grand Foyer here at Philadelphia Park for our very special Preakness coverage here on Let's Go Racing. It's time to welcome in another man of the moment here. He is not only the Kentucky Derby winning jockey, but he is now the Preakness winning jockey as well. On behalf of all of us here, not only at Philadelphia Park, but the entire Delaware Valley, Stu Elliott, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Stu, not only do you, but the horse continues to pass test after test after test. You've been dealing with your emotions. Of course, we talked the last time we had you on about your pre-Derby emotions. What were you feeling like now before the Preakness?
I was pretty confident. You know, I went into it. I was pretty relaxed, a little more. You know, like I was for the Derby, pretty much the same. I was a little concerned about, you know, the race. You know, there was a couple new horses in there, and I thought I had a good chance to win. Naturally, I was pretty confident, but I didn't think that I would win the way that I won. But it was great.
There was a lot of talk over the last couple of days coming up to the Preakness that the track itself was very deep and really wasn't helping the front runners, was really kind of a closer's track. You obviously know Smarty is a forwardly placed horse. Did that give you any concern?
A little bit, yes. I rode a couple the day before, and actually I rode one horse come from last at the head of lane. I finished second, and I was a little bit concerned. But as it turned out, it wasn't a problem.
Stu, Smarty has this incredible cruising speed. You were able to cruise right into the race to the 3/16 pole, and it looked like at that point at the top of the stretch, you maybe threw a little rein at him and said, let's go. What is that feeling like? I mean, it must be like hitting an accelerator in a car. I mean, that's what it looked like to us. He just took off.
Exactly. It was like I had a jet underneath me.
And how far did he go until you said, okay, that's enough? I mean, it didn't look like you rode him all the way to the wire.
No, I didn't. You know, when we turned for home, I kind of shook him up a little bit and tapped him a little bit to let him know it was time to go, and he just took off. And I peeked back just to see, what was going on, and there was nobody there. So I just kind of, just kept an easy hand ride on him, and that was all he needed. He was just full of run, and if I needed any more, there was some more there.
Stewie, once again, on behalf of all of us here at Philadelphia Park and the Delaware Valley, congratulations on what you've accomplished to this point. Still got one more big one to go after, and we hope to have you back here in a couple of weeks for what should be a tremendous celebration.
Thank you.
Well, Stewie, thanks for taking the time, but it's now time to go to some very exclusive coverage. We here at Let's Go Racing feel very, very lucky that John Service, the trainer of Smarty Jones, has given us some very exclusive access throughout the course of this Triple Crown Challenge, and here's more on our Preakness coverage.
Smarty Jones arrived on the grounds of Pimlico Racecourse early Wednesday afternoon. The Pennsylvania bred settled nicely into stall number 40, reserved for Kentucky Derby winners like Seattle Slew and Secretariat. He and his best friend Butterscotch discussed their new digs. The next day, with the sun rising over Old Hilltop, Smarty Jones hit the Pimlico Oval for the very first time. On this day and the next, Service and exercise rider Pete Van Trump would lightly train Smarty up to the race.
I tell you, this horse has come a long, long way. He didn't used to be. I mean, he was a freaking handful. Was he? Now he's like a pony.
Everybody in here yesterday was bouncing around in their stalls and everything. Smarty's back there laying his back with all fours up sleeping.
Everything is perfect, and Service gives Smarty's owner Roy Chapman the thumbs up via the cell phone.
Hey, Chap. Everything's super, buddy. Very good, very good. No, I just wanted to let you know we had a real good morning, and everything's looking good, buddy.
John's wife Sherry is feeling the strain of dealing with the crush of media. She's helping her husband schedule interview requests from around the world. Only problem, she's lost her voice.
Better, but I'm trying to whisper so I can save it for later.
John continues to do what he can to help promote Smarty Jones and the sport of horse racing. He's asked to attend a charity event as a celebrity bartender.
$5.50. You ordered the right drink.
On Friday night, it's off to the ballpark, where he throws out the first pitch at the Orioles game. John was a little off stride, missing the catcher.
I choked. Got a little nervous. I wanted to make sure I threw it hard enough.
It's race day, and Service says he's relaxed, but he seems much tighter than before the Kentucky Derby. Yet, he remains friendly. The conditioner keeps the cameras at a distance from his prized colt. His foreman, Bill Foster, gave the marching orders.
When he was in his hotel room watching television, he called me on the cell phone. He says, "What the hell are you doing?" He said, "You get those people out of there." So, unfortunately, I'm the bad guy.
Later in the afternoon, with 3 hours until race time, it's off to the clubhouse to meet family and friends. John has become a celebrity, signing autographs along the way and shaking hands.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
It's back to the barn with an hour and a half to go until race time. Smarty is getting ready. Service is also keeping track of the flyers back home. The orange and black are winning, and that helps take the edge off.
It's killing me not being able to watch it.
With the clock ticking down, John and his son Blaine share a moment to reflect on this amazing run to greatness.
I didn't really realize it after we won the Derby, so I started thinking about it, and I was like, you're going to be talking about it for the rest, forever.
Well, just remember, whatever happens, it's been a good ride.
It's time to go. The walkover is chaotic. The cameras are way too close, and Service lets them know it.
Sir, you're going to have to move back. You're going to get kicked. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Smarty seems calmer than all of us. He's unbelievably controlled, despite the huge crowd screaming as he approaches the saddling area.
Thank you, Jeff. Look, we'll face him this way, let him stand sideways, so he can see both spots.
Meanwhile, jockey Stuart Elliott arrives. The strategy is the same as the Kentucky Derby.
I do the same thing, bud.
Yeah?
Sit as long as you can.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of them horses going to be running at the end.
Right. Okay.
He's handling like a pro, ain't he?
Acting good, huh?
There you are. I was looking for you guys.
Tradition. We can't break tradition.
I was wondering where I asked Sherry.
I was wondering where you guys...
I asked Sherry, I said, where's everybody at? And they said, you guys were already up in the box.
I'm superstitious. Michael and I said we got to do it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Good luck.
I like it.
Lauren comes down the room. She said my mom's a nervous wreck.
Really?
Oh, well.
What are you going to do? You know how mothers are.
Right.
Good thing we're not like that, right?
Yeah.
And Mom can get nervous. As long as the horse don't get nervous, that's good.
And what about Sherry's service? How is she feeling?
Very nervous. Just hoping we can do it for everybody.
It's riders up, and time to head to the box in the grandstand to watch history.
Good luck, Stu.
With the Chapman and Service family in place, John gets a phone call. It's his son Tyler, who is back home in Philadelphia, watching with a group of nuns who are close to the family. You see, Tyler is being grounded for slipping in his schoolwork. John is not only a great trainer, but a great parent as well. No doubt, his 13-year-old son will be a Rhodes Scholar come Belmont time.
Gonna root me home? All right, buddy. I love you. All right, hold on, I'm gonna put Chappie on, okay?
You better be rooting for me, Tyler. For that horse.
Whatever happens, it's been a good ride.
Post time for the Preakness, and they're off. Lionheart and Smarty Jones, and Smarty Jones is ahead of Lionheart. Come on, Smarty. Lionheart and Mike Smith nursing along. Here is Smarty Jones.
Sit still, Sue. Sit still.
Smarty Jones takes that invitation on the inside of Lionheart.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Smarty Jones can pass on left at the 5/16 marker. And Smarty Jones has taken over. With a furlong to go, the pivotal home stretch belongs to Smarty Jones.
Come on, Smarty.
Will the Triple Crown belong to Smarty Jones? Yes, Smarty! Stuart Elliott, the jockey. Smarty Jones, he's perfect. A picture of perfection.
All right.
Chappie is overcome with emotion, crying with joy.
Okay. We got to get you out, Chap. Come on, we got to get you out. Good job, big man.
Smarty Jones' win in the Derby was amazing. His win in the Preakness was electrifying. I got goosebumps watching it. That is unbelievable.
I got goosebumps myself, Mike. I'm really, really happy with it.
Stuart, you did a hell of a job.
Jump into the audience. That was some ride.
I think they want me to.
I'm so proud of you. I mean it.
Let me tell you something. That's an awesome sight right there, buddy.
In the next year, that's your colors are flying.
Man, oh man. All I can say, Chap, is wow. You know that, Pat? All I can say is wow.
I'll say the same thing.
Oh my
The guy
God.
from West Virginia and the guy from Germantown didn't.
How about it, huh? Us Ham and Acres did pretty good, didn't we?
We just really wanted to do it for everybody.
2 jewels of the Triple Crown down and 1 to go. It's now time to go home and get some much-deserved rest before the grueling mile-and-a-half test 3 weeks from the Preakness. The next chapter will soon be written, and the world can hardly wait.
Dick, just absolutely some amazing stuff from our man Bruce Casella.
Bruce is the best. I mean, I said it, he was the hardest working man in Louisville, and this week he was the hardest working man in Baltimore, and in a couple weeks he'll be the hardest working man in New York. He's been there all along, and you know, as we said, John has given him great access, and you know, some people get great access, they don't know what to do with it. He knows what to do with it.
Well, our thanks to Bruce on his hard work throughout this entire process, and like you just said, he's got some more hard work to do, but I'm sure he'll get it done. Well, it's time to go to our second break. We come back, we have lots more Preakness coverage to get to, so stay with us. That's next on Let's Go Racing.
He's a winner. He's a champion. He's an icon. He's a legend. And now he's back in Pennsylvania. Smarty Jones, Kentucky Derby winner, Preakness Stakes winner, standing at Equistar in Annville, Pennsylvania. The quintessential Pennsylvania bred has returned. Smarty Jones is back home. Please call Rodney Eckenrode or visit EquistarTrainingAndBreeding.com.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everyone, to the beautiful Grand Foyer here at Philadelphia Park. It just seems to get more beautiful by the day here. Dick Girardi, my co-host here. Let's Go Racing. Time for our weekly awards. Dick, who should we give it to this week?
Well, I'm going to make a suggestion to you, Keith.
Okay.
That we give it to John Service for Best Trainer.
Okay.
And Stuart Elliott for Top Rider.
You think we can do that? I think we can do that. Yeah. Just unbelievable what these guys have accomplished, and as we talked about, the story is not over yet. But John Service, Stu Elliott, our jockey and trainer of the week here on Let's Go Racing. Dick, of course, lots of stuff not only during the race, before the race, but lots of stuff after the race. Yep. And our man Bruce Casella was chasing down some more of that post-race coverage, including some comment from the Chapman. So here's more from post-race Preakness.
I don't know. I don't think there's a word in a dictionary that can explain how proud I am of him. I mean, he's done everything I've asked of him. I asked him to step his game up today because I thought he needed to, and he shocked me. I mean, he really stepped it up to the next level.
I had to hold the tears back a little bit. I would really, emotionally, it really hit me just how good this horse is. I was like John, I didn't sleep too good last night. There was a lot of good horses in this race. And, you know, you hear about this, you hear about that. And, I thought he might win, but I never thought he'd blow him away like he blew him away. And I'm just happy.
We're back here in the beautiful Grand Foyer at Philadelphia Park, the Grand Foyer that Dick is adorned with this tremendous statue behind us. What'd you just call it?
I called it the Tomb of the Unknown Horse, Keith.
Okay.
And I think really what needs to happen here, and not too long from now, change the statue. We need a bronze of Smarty Jones in the foyer here. It's his track. Right. He owns the place, so you might as well put up a statue of the greatest horse ever to be here. And I think I'll go out on a limb and say the greatest horse ever to be here, like in the future, too.
Well, Dick, I'll tell you what, how awesome would that be to walk into Philadelphia Park and see a bronze statue of the smart man right here in the middle?
It's got to happen. It's the place it's supposed to happen.
Well, Dick, of course, everyone is extremely proud of all of the accomplishments of the folks here at Philadelphia Park, but the executive director of our Pennsylvania Horsemen, Mike Bellezzi, has some things to say about how they and how he feels about John Service, Stu Elliott, and Team Service.
It's a victory that everyone is sharing in at Philadelphia Park. Our horsemen work day in and day out, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And our excitement has always been of a local flavor, how we win at Philadelphia Park. But to have representatives such as the Chapmans and the Service family and Stu Elliott on a national basis just heightens that excitement and makes it an exuberant time at Philadelphia Park. I can't express in words the atmosphere here. It's just electrifying. It's been my privilege to work with tremendous horsemen through my years here at Philadelphia Park. I certainly know them personally. I know their quality. I know how professional they are. They may not get the national recognition they deserve. I think we're getting it now. But certainly on Black-Eyed Susan Day, the Friday before the Preakness, for Ned Allard and Kate DeMasi, two personal friends of mine, two tremendous horsemen who support Philadelphia Park, to win stakes victories on a national basis is tremendous. Obviously Scott Lake, what he's done nationally, what he's done for racing, another local horseman, John Service, and I can go on and on. We have great horsemen at Philadelphia Park, and now I believe for the first time they're getting the national recognition they so rightly deserve. There's no question Pennsylvania can have a great breeding program. What we need the investment in Pennsylvania, and hopefully slot machines in Pennsylvania will generate that revenue where individuals will now see that Pennsylvania can be a home to champions as it's a home to Smarty Jones.
Time to take our final break. We'll have some final comments when we come back on News and Notes, so stay with us here on Let's Go Racing.
Standing at Diamond B Farm in Mooresville, Pennsylvania is Flashback, sire of Eclipse champion 2-year-old filly, British Idiom. And new for 2020 is Grade 1 Man-O-War Stakes winner, Boisterous. New track record setter at Gulfstream, social inclusion. Grade 1 grandson of Stormcat, talent search. Graded placed Eastwood. And the outstanding sire Uptown Charlie Brown. All standing at Diamond B Farm.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Grand Foyer at Philadelphia Park, your Preakness edition of Let's Go Racing. He's Dick Girardi. I'm Keith Jones. Time for news and notes. And Dick, it's all Smarty all the time here at the FA. We still have 2 weeks to wait now. Of course, the breaks between the Derby and Preakness Belmont are different. But let's look ahead just a little bit, a couple of weeks. They're talking about maybe a pretty big field.
Yeah, I'm really confused, Keith. I'm thinking, are these people watching the same horse in the same races I'm watching? I mean, he's 8 for 8. He's won by 47.5 lengths. He dominated the Preakness. I thought he dominated the Derby.
Right.
And yet, for some reason, everybody still wants to take a shot at him. I think part of it is the second place in the Belmont is $200 grand.
Right.
I think a lot of them are running for second, which is better than first in a lot of the smaller graded stakes. But, you know, I haven't seen anything so far that suggests anyone can beat him. And I would expect in the Belmont, we don't know what the field will look like.
Right.
You won't have Lionheart. I'm thinking Smarty might go right to the front in that race and just gallop him right on out of there.
Right. Dick, we've sat in these chairs for many years. We've watched a lot of races. Yep. Can you believe this is happening to us?
No, I really can't. It's almost like an out-of-body experience that a horse from Philadelphia Park could A, be this good, be unbeaten in a sport where no one gets unbeaten, goes unbeaten, and B, have this chance to win the Triple Crown, the first one in 26 years. He's going to be an overwhelming favorite, Keith, and I can't think of a reason why he's not going to win.
Well, I keep pinching myself, and I keep going, ouch, which means I must be awake, and this must be real.
It's happening.
This is not Kansas anymore. No. This is the real stuff. Well, stay with us here each week on Let's Go Racing. We'll continue to cover Smarty and his road to the Triple Crown. For Kerry Walsh, Dick Girardi, Bruce Casella, Keith Jones, saying we'll see you again right here next week on Let's Go Racing.